Hi there, this is Maria. Happy 2026. Yes, I am back with a new project. But first of all, I want to apologize to you all for leaving you hanging and not letting you know what I was up to. Basically, life happened, major events, minor events, some minor health issues, one on top of the other. I even hit blockage with art and crafts. I had to step away. So I am hoping to come back here and post more regularly and at least try to keep in touch with you guys through the community posts. That would be good. I also want to wish you all a wonderful new year and that you are very blessed. So, with that out of the way, I am here to start a new series for a trash journal. If you have followed me, you have seen my trash journal series. I hope so. It's one of my favorites, really. Uh, this is the trash journal, and there's quite a few videos from beginning to end, from how the book was made and how it ended. I think it's very beautiful and meaningful as well. And if you haven't looked at it, I encourage you, go watch the videos. They are a lot of fun. This is a big journal that was made with pure trash, and then I decorated with pretty images, stickers, and even pretty trash pieces. So I think it turned out very, very cute and meaningful. I also created many stories with the images that I would find, and I would relate all the elements in the book. So anyway, check it out if you haven't. And it was a lot of fun to do. I have here all my trash that I want to use to start making another one. This little journal here was the very first trash journal that I made. This one is a bit more basic. It doesn't have the little stories in it that I was able to come up with in the big journal. But I like to beautify trash because I do find some trash not very appealing at all. And so I add pretty images and stickers. This is the very first one I made, and I think there's a flip through of this, and it was fun to do. It was fun to do, but the larger one is my favorite. So I want to start another one because I know people really like trash journals. There's something about it, and I don't know what it's going to be like. I have all this trash, and the way I make them is with true trash, things that I'm throwing out. All these materials I have saved, they would have gone into the trash or recycle bin. And so that's what I'm going to use some of these to try to make the pages and the cover. And I'm not sure how it's going to go. Also, the big journal, if you all remember, if you watched it, it's an illustration of what God does in our lives, how he works in us. He basically takes us from trash to treasure. And that was something that the Lord gave me as an illustration to create this series of my trash journal, the big trash journal. So it is what he does with us. He takes us in our state of sin, which is pretty trashy, you would say, and he turns us into treasure, into something beautiful, helps us in our walk with him to become more like him. And so this book here is based on that, and it is filled with Bible verses that talk about the transformation that we go through as we come to the Lord. And we go from trash to treasure. We end up turning into a beautiful work of art. That's what the Lord does. So I like this as a cover. I love the paw, and it is an envelope. So I am thinking that I will open it up. My spine will be this, and this is a little flimsy here. What I can do is put a piece of cardboard here for the back to reinforce it. Here I found the perfect piece of trash, I think. It's pretty thick and a good size. Okay, so this is good. It reinforces the back, very nice. And I need to reinforce the spine. This feels thicker because of this flap, which I will just keep here. I may just cut, see how it shows through the paws, a little bit of the flap. I'll probably just cut that so the paws are clear. I can see through them. I don't want to see the, but let's find something for here. So this looks really nice, I think. And I want to cover this up, put a couple strips either of trash or maybe some washi tape. I mean, I could do masking tape, painter's tape also. Now I need to make holes here, but get my signatures together first. Okay, so I came up with 3 signatures, and the papers are all different sizes, different heights. Some are longer, shorter, and that is fine with me. As I work on each sheet of paper, I can enlarge or cut whatever I don't like and keep adding layers. And so I get a very nice layered staggered effect in every page. As it is with these 3 signatures, I have 48 pages to work on, and for me that is plenty. So it's good. I was thinking that for this, because I have this cutout and I love it, I want to put something that looks nice in front of it. And I do have this envelope that is a shiny silver envelope, and I think it can work as an envelope. I can sew it to the spine, put my signatures on it and sew the signatures there, and have it show like this in the front. I think that is kind of pretty. I don't know what else I would do to the front, but I do like this look with the craft paper and the shiny silver. I think it accentuates the paw pretty well. So now I am going to start sewing by hand every signature. I did stitch up with the machine the pages together so that they become a signature. They're not falling off right now, and it's much easier to sew them together to the spine. for this type of journal for me because the pages are so irregular, so chunky, so weird, so uneven. So it's much easier for me to do that. Plus I get all these extra threads that I love. I just love hanging threads, wild threads. They go all over the place, and as usual I will be adding to my pages fabric and threads, strings. I just love that. So I have to figure out this envelope, what I think I'm going to do, because this envelope has a plastic edge that is thick. I don't think I want that here. I'm thinking maybe I will cut that part off that goes against the spine just to make it less bulky, and just allow that plastic to start over here from where the cover starts. So here I got my desired effect. I really like that. Just sewed them on the sides here. And I have a pocket that I can use to insert trash, and it's a see-through pocket. So that would be fun. We can put some pretty images there. Now to bind it, let's see how I do. I am not the best at this, never have been. Okay, so finally the book is bound, ready to work on. I have made plenty of mistakes like I usually do. I'm not concerned. This is a trash journal. I just eyeballed it and made a couple mistakes here. It doesn't matter. This will get covered up at the end, embellished somehow. So I'm not worried about that. One thing that is more important than that is that when you are stitching, this is a tip. If you stitch on paper, depending on the type of project that you're doing, if your stitches are too tight, close to each other and little, they tend to rip the paper, just like it happened here when I was attaching my papers together for the signature. I sewed it too tight and this ripped easily. No big deal. That can be, trash will go over it, or washi tape or tape, whatever. That's no big deal, but it can probably ruin some nice projects depending on what it is. This is not going to get ruined. This is all going to get covered up and embellished, and I wouldn't even know what happened. One thing is I do have to attach an extra stitch up here by hand because I didn't catch it there with my binding, and it's just too loose up here, and it's doing this. This happened with my big trash journal as well. It's no big deal. You can't even tell. These are my big gaps. We can add fabric or trash to it later on, and it is nice and ready to be worked on. I am excited to start again a new series, again based on how God works in us, how he takes us from trash to treasure. We are going to take this book from trash to treasure, and that is going to be fun. All right, let's tackle one spread. And normally what I like to do is just find something that appeals to me, whatever calls on me at the time. I don't start from beginning to end on these, just whatever is attractive to me. This could be cute to get started with tonight, or this. I really like this bag. I love the colors and the texture, and I like the pierced flowers there. So this could be something that we can tackle tonight. So I want to find something that is going to complement purples and the greens, and the brown is good to have because it's a good neutral. Normally yellow is a complementary color for purple, and so I have all kinds of goodies here. So let's see, something yellow, something interesting. Oh my gosh, look at this. Some like it hot in Mexico. That is so cute. A lady that gifted me with a bunch of scrapbooking materials years ago gave me this. This was in that pack of things. That is so cute. I don't know if I'll go that direction, but I want something yellow. Yellows and greens I think will be good. Oh, this is pretty. These are tea bags. Be still and know that I am with you. There's some yellows. Whew, that's some bright yellow. Not for this, I don't think. What else? Some greens. What are these? It's cute. A little house and a bird. This trash is old. There's some stickers, I think. Oh, I like this lady. I always liked her from a magazine. I never got to use her, but let's keep her out here in case. This yellow and orange is pretty. World Market's purple elephant. This would be beautiful here. That would be so cute there. It's also, it feels that the fabric or the paper feels rugged, like just like the bag. Oh, I love this. This is a coffee bag. This is nice. I could go over here probably, actually, with some, well, look at that. See? These work well together like this. I think that can go as well. We can add this. And let's see. Probably none of these anymore. And this little guy, I'll keep it in mind for later and see. This could go as well. Of course, I will be adding my Bible verse that will describe how we are changed by the Lord. And the verse I chose for tonight is in 2 Corinthians 3:18. It says, "But we all with open face, beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord, are changed into the same image from glory to glory, even as by the Spirit of the Lord." The Amplified puts it as, "We are progressively being transformed into his image from one degree of glory to even more glory, which comes from the Lord, who is the Spirit." I'm going to save this here for now. Fold it like this in case we want to bring these colors over here. I just love this color. I just love it. I think it's so beautiful and harmonizes so nicely with this. I have these strips of paper left over from a project I was working on, and it's scrapbook paper. We can cover that like that. This is pretty, like this. I think that's pretty. You could even wrap it around the other side as well. So I've come up with a few little images based on color, mostly, because I really like this color scheme. And I love the purples. So I found this is part of a card, an old card that's been sitting around forever. I was wondering maybe we can use this as a pocket. And I have this giraffe. And I was thinking that I can frame her, cut her, I don't know how, but I'm going to trim her smaller probably, and frame her with a purple background. I don't want it to be so long though, necessarily. It's going to go probably over here. And it can almost look like a tab sticking out of there. So that's a possibility. I found also these. I have a few of these. These are guitar string little envelopes. And I thought I can put this image here. Just frame it like this. I think that would be good. And it goes with the colors very nicely. I was thinking maybe I can put my verse inside of this with this in the front. I also have this. This was from an old box of soap, and these colors go very pretty. I thought maybe put a little band here. Later on, maybe we can add a sticker to the middle if I can find something, or some fabric, maybe some stitches just on the paper, or fabric also, I don't know. What else? Again, I have this image only because the colors are similar. I'm not sure if I'll use this one or not. And what I found that I could frame this with is this old piece of scrapbook paper, which I don't love. This was gifted to me, and I use this for backgrounds, for frames for images, that I could trim it, and then you have an interesting frame. I'm not sure I will use this. I do want to put something here, and I was thinking maybe stick this in here, and you can have maybe a tie or something like that. Little by little, it's starting to take shape. So I'm going to work on these, see what I can do, and start gluing these in place. Okay, so I got my images here all sewn up, and I just love, look at this cute giraffe. I love to do the threads like this, or wild and rugged all over the place like this, thick in some areas. I think it adds interest, gives it a little whimsy, and definitely gives us contrast, which we need with all these soft colors. This one is more simple, just like this. I will put a hole on it and put something on the top, a little tab or something with fabric. I had this lady to fit here. I think she is a good addition, and she's going to be, since she's so bright, you know, it's too bright for all this, but this lady will cover part of it. So I think it goes well like this, something like this. Then we add some stickers, we add some words here, stickers up here, and we dangle some cutesy things from here with thread. That's fun. Maybe even some stickers here, maybe even a label or a long sticker. So it's looking pretty cute, I think. And we have a theme of women. And we have the woman here looking in the mirror, just like in our verse, you know. And I love it that there's a heart, because she loves what she sees in the mirror. But according to our verse, she's not seeing, you know, it's not vanity in the mirror. It represents something else. So that's pretty cool. So let's keep going and start finding some last elements to add to this. It's a bit time consuming, but it's worth it. It is fun, and it turns out really cute. So, and it just makes for a beautiful spread, I think. Hi, Max. Look at me. Hey, say hi. I'm going to start adding some trinkets to the pages. I want to hang something from here. So I'm going to move to the stickers. I'm going to glue this guy and try to get some stickers, see what I can find, a word for here of some kind, and figure out, yeah, some stickers for here, maybe some washi tape here that can cover this edge. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, so we can push a positive message to other people. Thank you. Okay, that is so cute. I think this is done as far as what we stick on, except for this. I don't even know if we need this anymore. I think I can save this for another project, for another spread maybe. So I think it turned out really pretty. I mean, I'm happy the colors work well together. I have my verse in the back here, 2 Corinthians 3:18, that tells us that we are transformed from glory to glory into the image of Christ because his spirit lives inside of us. Just like we are working on this little book, transforming it little by little, Christ is doing that with us until one day we will be just like him. We will take this book from trash to treasure until we finish the work with it. It's going to be beautiful. I'm glad I found this image of this lady. I was looking for something to match the colors, and then I realized not only she matches the colors, but she goes very well with our verse for today. The Amplified Bible version of our verse talks about how, as in a mirror, we see the glory of the Lord. So that is perfect for her. She is seeing in the mirror something that she loves, but according to our verse, it would be the glory of the Lord, and she loves it. So I think that is perfect. The heart goes there perfectly. I love how little elements can relate together to our verses. I added all my stickers. I don't necessarily go by the meanings of the stickers. Of course, I try to add something that's appropriate. And some of these go well with our theme, counted my blessings, joy begins with gratitude, and so on. And this card, I think it went from a plain Jane to a beauty. I added this sari ribbon and this shimmery ribbon on top with some stitching, and it really pops, gives it contrast, and it gives it a pop of color that really makes it stand out. I did journal on the back, and I also included a little prayer for you guys that you are very blessed by the Lord. I love my elephant and the little charm I attach. It has a little bit of shimmer that matches the background. We have our cup of coffee that goes very well because we have a bag of coffee over here. Our giraffe, I like her so much, and I will be covering the back of this card when I do the next spread or the spread behind it, because that way you can show, because she's a tab right there. So what else? I don't know what else I can say about this. We got the stickers. This ribbon also is very pretty, I think. It's just soft and delicate, and the colors go perfectly. I love that violet. And so we have ended up with a theme of pinks and purples and females. So that is pretty interesting. Sometimes that happens. Anyway, I think I am done. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and been inspired to create and to walk with the Lord daily. You all come back and see me next time and be very blessed. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.